Well, hello there. Welcome back to Glyder does Buildcraft. This is episode 5, and we are going to start pumping some oil. I already made some waterproof pipe, as I kind of showed you how to make before. Um, Again, you just make some pipe and then add it to some cooked up cactus green, which makes some waterproofer. Then you mix it with that. Now what I'm going to make is some power um, conductive power pipes. I actually completely messed that up because I meant to make them out of gold. So, gold regular pipes speed up things, gold waterproof pipes act as transfers between stone and cobblestone because you can use stone and cobblestone in waterproof pipes next to each other without them touching each other, which is really handy. And then when you need them to connect, you use gold pipes. I'm not sure if there's any other benefits. I think that's the only one. And gold power line type pipes are the best for transferring power. Um, so yeah, we're also going to need to make a stone generator, which means I'm going to need a gonna need one of these bad boys, and I'm going to need a couple iron gears. Two. And these are a little annoying to make, and apparently when I start to make them I become retarded, so bear with me. Alright, there we go. So a couple of these, one of these, one of these, and even more iron. And now we have a combustion engine, or an iron engine as some people call them, and they're kind of like these ones but better. And I'll show you how they work here in a minute. We're going to need another pump. I was thinking about just killing that mining well, but I'll just keep it rolling. I'll make another pump. Man, guess what I need? Another gear. And this is where it starts to get annoying when you're like, oh yeah, I might as well have made like 1,000,000,000 gears, because I need about 1,000,000,000 gears. But this time I really only need one. More. Alright, so I got a pump. So now I've got 2 pumps. That's not a pump. I need to make a pump. Alright, here we go. A piece of tank. And that, now we have 2 pumps. Okay, 2 pumps, combustion engine, waterproof piping, golden conductive piping. I need 1 single piece of wooden conductive piping. Alright, so let's head over there and start pumping. Alright, so obviously we're going to want to pump. I cleaned this area up a little bit over by the pump, and I made an endless water supply right here for a water pump, which I'm going to need as well at the same time. So let's go ahead and make myself a stairway here. That looks pretty good. Alright, we'll throw our pump right here, one of them. So that's going to go right down into the middle of our geyser. Now, we're going to need to give that thing some power. We're going to power it with this. But first we're going to need how do I want to set this up? It doesn't really matter all that much how I set it up. Not too much. Alright, there we go. That looks pretty good. Again, doesn't matter too much how I set it up. Alright, So now we need to send power to the pump. So that's why we use these power lines. It's going to transfer power. I think that needs to be sticking straight out first. I'm not sure. That's just the way I've always made them, so that's how I'm going to continue to make them. Alright, there we go. So that's going to take power from this engine and throw it into the pump. I also need a pump in the water here. And I'm going to need to power that as well. So we just send a power line over here. Pretty simple. So power, power, water, water. Now from the water is going to be used to cool the pump, or to cool the engine. So from the pump, I need it to go into this engine, like so. So now we'll have water going into the engine. You know what, let's make that go underneath. Oops. There. Looks a little better that way, in my opinion. So that's done. Now once that oil gets pumping, we need somewhere for that oil to go. So we're just going to shoot it out this way. And send it over towards our little area over here. It doesn't have to be any specific spot over there, just closer. Hope I have enough piping to get over there. I'd like to go a little bit further, but this'll do. This is close enough. Now what I'm going to do is I need somewhere for that oil to go. So this is where the tank I showed you comes in nice and handy. It's not only used for making pumps, it's used for storing stuff. So let's store some stuff. I just build these 8 blocks high, and I'll probably put a row of them here, but for now that's going to do just fine. So let's grab our bucket, because we're going to need to fuel. I don't know how well these things actually run, but we're going to throw some oil in here just to get it running, and we'll go from there. And some people might be, anybody familiar with Buildcraft might be kind of wondering why I'm doing it this way, and the answer is just because this is the way I want to do it, so I'm going to do it this way. So deal with it. I keep forgetting to grab my bucket. I'm also going to need to grab a little bit of water to keep it cool before... Oh, wow, every single time I forgot to grab my bucket. Alright, that should be good for now. Of course, we're going to need to turn it on. And I did not bring a lever with me. Thought I made one. Oh well. I don't know why I specifically grabbed 4 pieces. Alright, power switch, turn it on, and it should start pumping. As you can see, the little blue coming out of there is the power it produces, and it's getting sent into these arrows. It's getting sent into this pump, as you can see, and it's pumping water up into here, and this is filling up. And this is burning oil that I put in there, producing power to the pump to cool itself, and to this pump, which is producing oil. And as you can see, it's starting to run down through here, and eventually, and you can't really see it very well because it's dark. Oh boy, jump fail. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And there we go. Pumping oil. It's coming down through the pipe. Again, can't see it that well, but eventually it will go into this tank. It's a little slow, but not too slow. Once you get it pumping good, it goes pretty darn quick. But that reservoir will last us quite a while, and it will fill probably at least 4 of these tanks, if not more. See, there it goes. You can see the oil starting to pour in there. And it looks like that was just 1 bucket full, probably. But as you can see, the next bucket is right behind it. And again, I don't know if you remember me telling you, but the engines start to get hotter. And once they start to get hotter, they run even better. So it's going to produce even more power. So it'll pump even faster, both the water and the oil. The oil doesn't burn too fast, so it will take a little while for it to burn out that oil. Now what I could do is put a pipe with oil going to the pump, but I want it to burn up all that oil. I'm actually going to give it like 1 more bucket of oil. I can't reach down that far. I'm going to put 1 more bucket of oil in there. Oops. Oh jeez. I'm trying to drown myself in oil. Come on. Alright. I want that oil to run out because I'm going to use something else as fuel. It's called fuel, but I have to refine it into fuel first. So, next episode we'll be building a little oil refinery, and that's pretty much what we got to do, is turn this oil into fuel, which is much more efficient, like ridiculously much more efficient. So that's going to be our next step, and this is what I hate, the rain. And that's why I wanted to build over here in the desert where it's not raining. How awesome is that? See how quickly that's filling up already? We've already got over 18 buckets full of fuel, or oil I mean, and it's just going to keep filling up. So right now I need to check my cactus farm. Nothing. No cactuses yet. Nothing yet. How embarrassing. This cactus farm sucks. Again, I need to make it bigger because it's pretty slow. I'm going to go ahead and waterproof a little more of this pipe. And I already cooked up some more glass. So we're going to make another tank. Alright, so I'll just go this way. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I'll just go this way with this. That makes more sense. And put another tank right here. Alright, so I got 2 tanks for it to start to fill up. And I might even need to make a couple more because it does fill up pretty quick. The combustion engine produces a good amount of power. I pretty much just skipped the steam one because they suck. You have to constantly keep refilling them, and they just don't produce as much power. So that is more than enough to run the oil pump and the water pump to keep it cooled, itself cooled, and to keep itself fueled up actually, because I could run a pipe over here. But I just don't want to. I want it to burn out. Once it runs out of oil, it'll just, once the stuff runs out of oil, it'll stop pumping, and by then we should have fuel to fuel it. So yeah, that's the next step, is to get a refinery going to start converting this oil into fuel.